I refused to back down. And I wasn't about to keep pretending to be gentle either. I stomped into the bedroom and slammed the door shut with a thunderous bang. The lights were off. Gu Yan stood in the darkness, his handsome face completely devoid of a smile. The moment I looked up, I crashed straight into his eyes. Dark as spring water. Wet, beautiful. Those peach blossom eyes I liked the most. My heart skipped hard. Well then, considering how ridiculously good-looking he was. I blinked and said, "Come here and kiss me, now." Gu Yan didn't speak. He lowered his lashes and stared at me for a full 2 minutes. "Stop acting cute," he said calmly. "Have you reflected on yourself? Do you even know what you did wrong?" Huh? What was he even talking about? I'd been so reasonable today. What was there to reflect on? I exploded. In my dictionary, the name Su Enning has never been followed by the words, "made a mistake." The corner of Gu Yan's mouth twitched. After a long pause, he squeezed out, "That's 4 words. Oh, great. Now he dared to correct me. That was an added offense. I snapped, grabbed a pillow, and hurled it at him. "You're seriously annoying. This is my bedroom. Sleep on the couch tonight." Gu Yan looked at me as if he couldn't believe his ears. "You want to sleep separately from me?" Obviously. Just seeing his face annoyed me right now. Besides, I remembered reading somewhere that during the first 3 months of pregnancy, couples shouldn't sleep together. Damn men. This was all his fault. We used protection every time, and yet I still got pregnant. It had to be because he was way too frequent. And way too rough. I rolled over, curled up, and buried myself under the blanket. Eyes closed, full-on fake hangry mode. The very next second, Gu Yan pressed down over me. He grabbed my chin and kissed me hard, not giving me a chance to resist. It was a fierce kiss. Hot breath, the metallic taste of blood spreading between us. His calloused palm slid to the back of my neck. A dangerously familiar signal. My heart dropped. Don't touch me, not today." Gu Yan froze instantly. He pinched my cheek lightly and smiled. "Wife, are you hiding something from me?" Huh? Of course I was. But why should I tell him? He didn't warn me before tearing down the Su family either. Breathing hard, I kicked him. "No, get out, I'm sleeping." I didn't know how much time passed. The air slowly went still. The smile on Gu Yan's face faded, bit by bit. He stood up and walked toward the living room. No goodnight kiss. No coaxing. Just a cold, flat sentence. "Fine, good night." The next morning, I woke up alone. On my phone were 2 quiet messages. "Going on an emergency business trip, half a month. I'll be very busy, might not reply to messages right away." I stared at the screen for a long time. This was really from Gu Yan. Seriously. We just fought last night, and today he arranged a business trip. Was he trying to freeze me out? So annoying. I really wanted to curse. But as a villainous female supporting character trying to reform, I had to behave. Sigh, life was hard. If acting spoiled was a talent, then I was born gifted. Sniffling, I called my best friend to complain. Gu Yan is seriously awful. He hides everything from me. Does he really think I don't have a temper? My best friend didn't say much. Just one word. Break up. Egged on by her, my blood rushed to my head. I blurted out. "Right, break up, we have to break up. I'll get an abortion tomorrow and make him regret it." Anyway, Gu Yan didn't love me. Once the surgery was done, I'd cancel the engagement. Clean and decisive. The bullet comments said I was arrogant. So what? That was who I was. And besides, putting aside my unreasonable behavior, did Gu Yan have any fault at all? I was already this angry. And he still refused to bark like a dog. The more I thought about it, the colder my heart felt. While handling work online, I asked my best friend, "By the way, do you have any overseas connections? If things truly fell apart, I couldn't stay in the capital anymore. Too many enemies. And Gu Yan definitely wouldn't let me off easily." She thought for a moment. "No, but you can be my kept canary. I'll go to work and raise you." Waya. She really was my best friend. Even empty promises sounded sweet coming from her. I was so touched I nearly cried. "Baby, you're so good to me, way kinder than Gu Yan. Wait for me. I'll get the abortion and run to you overnight." Before I could finish, crash. A vase shattered behind me, breaking into more than 10 pieces across the floor. My face went pale. Trembling, I turned around. In the dim hallway stood Gu Yan. No one knew how long he'd been there. His eyes were dark, his face deathly pale. He stared at me and smiled coldly. "Baby, who exactly are you planning to run to?" My scalp went numb instantly. For a split second, I even imagined where my body would be buried. The guiltier I felt, the louder I shouted. "Why are you being so scary? Isn't this all your fault?" What is the female supporting character throwing a tantrum about now? Humiliated and furious, I snapped. "Damn it. How dare they point fingers at me? Who is he?" Gu Yan walked toward me slowly. His gaze traced inch by inch over my eyes, my ears, my neck. Then, he locked onto the mosquito bite on my skin from last night. His eyes darkened instantly. "That wild man who seduced you, who is he?" This wasn't ancient China. Who gave him permission to talk like that? I sneered. "Huh, what does it have to do with you?" The veins at Gu Yan's temples bulged. He restrained himself again and again. His jaw clenched to the limit. "Why didn't you tell me you were pregnant? Do you hate me that much? We've known each other for 5,200 days. 124,822 hours. You're tired of me already." His eyes reddened. His broad shoulders trembled slightly. Pain etched itself deeply into his handsome face. Seriously, was he a robot? Why remember numbers like that? I was momentarily speechless, but still stubborn. "Don't you have any fault at all?" Gu Yan frowned. "What did I do wrong?" Huh? He was really good at playing innocent. I was so angry my head felt like it would explode. "The Su family is about to go bankrupt. Are you really going to say you had nothing to do with it?" I'd already had people investigate. The Su family's core technology was stolen. Major projects were intercepted by Gu Yan. My father was reported for bribery. Yes, he broke the law and deserved it. But Gu Yan hid all of this from me. Weren't we lovers? Or did he really just see me as a pet? Gu Yan panicked. His Adam's apple bobbed violently. Enning, listen to my explanation." "Too late. I'm dumping you." I grabbed my car keys and ran into the rain. 1 second later, I obediently stopped. Damn it. Running away felt great. But this rain was even heavier than the day Yipping went to beg her father for money. I cried while walking. By the time I reached my best friend's place, my eyes were swollen shut. Seeing me soaked, she panicked. "Holy crap, did you fall into a sewer?" "Nice." I couldn't even cry anymore. "I'm already miserable, and you're mocking me." She rubbed her temples. "Stop causing chaos, ancestor. Get inside." She found me clean pajamas, then made me a bowl of brown sugar ginger tea. Waving her hand helplessly. "Drink it, you've sneezed 3 times already." Watching her bustle around, I felt incredibly touched. "Baby, you're amazing, but I hate ginger. Can I not drink it?" In this regard, she still wasn't as attentive as Gu Yan. She didn't remember all my little preferences. Her face darkened. Su Enning, don't make me slap you. I laughed awkwardly. While she wasn't looking, I transferred her 200,000 yuan. We bickered for a bit. Then she suddenly got serious. Do you really want an abortion? At worst, have the baby. I'll help you raise it. Tears flooded my eyes. I threw myself into her arms. Why a baby? You're the best to me. The next second, she shoved me away in disgust. Your snot's all over my clothes. Get away. You're mean. Just then, noise erupted downstairs. Thunder roared. She frowned and looked out the window, then looked back at me, utterly speechless. I give up. Are you two using me as part of your foreplay? Me. I leaned over and looked down too. In the empty plaza below were two small black figures. Gu Yan, dressed impeccably, knelt in the pouring rain. Beside him was another man kneeling as well. Didn't recognize him. Probably his friend. Behind them were 7 Rolls Royces. Fresh roses spelled out 7 words and a punctuation mark. Wife, I was wrong. My vision went dark. Everyone. Male lead mute, female lead crying. This was so embarrassing, I wanted to crawl into a crack in the ground and die. At the same time, Jiang Zun was having a mental breakdown of his own. 2 hours earlier, he had suddenly received a call. Gu Yan's voice was low and cold. Wife ran away. Come with me to apologize. For the happiness of his good brother, Jiang Zun cursed under his breath and went out anyway. But when he arrived, he witnessed a scene so horrifying it nearly blinded him, that noble young master of the capital. Gu Capital's dictator perfect golden ratio face wannabe Zen disciple Yan, still dressed in tailored slacks and a suit, was kneeling gracefully on the ground. Holy shit. Jiang Zun's vision went dark. He turned around, ready to flee. The man called out indifferently, get over here. Kneel with me. Jiang Zun wanted to cry but had no tears. Brother, is this really necessary? Can't you kneel by yourself? This was mortifying. He did not want to be a clown. Gu Yan shot him a cold glance. The odds of success are slightly higher. Jiang Zun. Higher where? Strength in numbers. Zhu Enning was just going to think they were 2 massive idiots. Has your man completely lost his mind? My best friend pointed downstairs. I covered my eyes. We're not married. He doesn't count as my husband. A deathly silence filled the room. I shifted my weight awkwardly. My friend sneered. You love-brained idiot. You want to go see him, don't you? Could she maybe stop exposing me like this? Besides, how was this love-brain behavior? Kindness should not be slandered. It's raining hard outside. I'm just worried Gu Yan will catch a cold. My friend sighed. I really don't understand you. Honestly, neither did I. Maybe I really had no principles. Or maybe, in this moment, I suddenly remembered that skinny, lonely boy standing by the river all those years ago. My chest felt like it was being clenched tight. It hurt. It ached. Gu Yan had a terrible childhood. Back then, his parents' marriage was also a business alliance. And yet, each of them had their own first love, a twisted marriage. And because of one drunken night of chaos, Gu Yan was conceived. He was the product of misfortune. His mother hated him. His father hated him too, even on Gu Yan's 12th birthday. His mother gave him a blood-stained, cursed doll. That noble lady smiled gently and spoke the cruelest curse imaginable. Darling, wouldn't it be nice if you didn't live to 18? Every moment of your existence is nothing but an absurd joke. Yan didn't die. But from that day on, he closed himself off. His parents never taught him how to build a family. Mine didn't either. Maybe love was like this. It hurt. It disappointed. Getting closer to him meant stepping closer to pain. But leaving him also meant leaving happiness behind. On the drive home, Gu Yan didn't say a word. His jawline was sharp, his features handsome yet deep. But his hair was soaked. Like a puppy caught in the rain. My heart softened despite myself. After hesitating for a long time, I finally spoke generously. Fine. Since you were this sincere, I'll forgive you. Oh, right, about the cooperation with the Huo family. I was about to say he didn't need to cancel it. Before I could finish, Gu Yan raised his brows and spoke immediately. Don't worry, wife. I've already canceled the partnership. What did he just say? I stared at him in shock. Seeing my expression, Gu Yan grew even more smug. The rumors were arranged by Hu Zian. I've dealt with that too. Making things up about me, she's got guts. Doesn't she know I'm a married man? He rambled on excitedly. like a puppy holding a frisbee in its mouth, happily running back to its owner for praise. But I was frozen, cancelled a project worth tens of billions, and he just cancelled it. Guyan, are you insane? Who gave you permission to do that? Well, I've officially dried my silence in the sun. What exactly is the female supporting character dissatisfied with? Didn't she ask for this herself? The CP finally reunited and she's still causing trouble, right? But setting aside the fact that I was being unreasonable, did Guyan really have zero fault here? He didn't care about money. But I did. 3 years ago, Guyan gave me 5% of the company's shares as an engagement gift. I was a major shareholder. I wanted to curse him out, but I forced myself to hold it in. Fine. Calm down. Getting angry only harms your health. Baby, aren't you happy? How could I be happy? I'm genuinely afraid you'll bankrupt the company. The car stopped by the roadside. The streetlights above swayed gently. Guyan lowered his head until the tip of his nose touched mine. Our breaths tangled closely. His voice carried a smile at the end. Wife, I know what you're worried about, but I've already found a new partner. The project won't be delayed. Fine, I'd give him that. I wasn't angry anymore. Ha! What a joke. I was about to explode. Guyan really was a dog of a man. He made every major decision without ever discussing it with me. First, he destroyed the Sioux family. Then, he canceled the Huo partnership. One thing after another. I was kept completely in the dark. Bastard. I leaned forward, hooked my arms around Guyan's neck, and bit him viciously. The metallic taste of blood spread. Guyan inhaled softly. What, trying to bite your husband to death? His voice was low and hoarse, thick with desire. My instincts screamed danger. I hurriedly kicked him. This is a car, and I'm not done settling accounts with you yet. He pressed his lips together. Didn't you say you forgave me? Oh, so what? I argued righteously. You still haven't explained. Why did you take over the Sioux family? I might not have inheritance rights, but I was still a Sioux. What was this supposed to be? My politically married husband turning into my direct superior? Can you stop being angry? I didn't mean to hide it from you. Yan lifted a lock of my hair and explained slowly. I just wanted to help you get a bit of revenge and give you a surprise. I half understood, half didn't. The Sioux family really hadn't treated me well. But was this supposed to be a surprise? Honestly, I didn't care whether they lived or died. Yan kissed me lightly. I have a small gift for you. Mysteriously opened the safe and took out a stack of documents. I flipped through them casually. A bidding proposal, the exact project my father had competed for before. This is the Sioux family's last chance to turn things around. Whether to sign it or not, that's up to you. The project. Or leave them a way out. I was confused. I'm not the largest shareholder. My signature wouldn't be valid. Yan smiled and pulled me onto his lap. Then he took out another set of documents, white paper. Red stamp. 6 glaring words, share transfer agreement. My gaze dropped. The more I read, the more horrified I became. Are you insane? You're transferring 25% of the shares to me. Guyan held 50%. Giving me half of that, had he truly lost his mind? Miss Su Enning, he said calmly. I'm not insane. Just appeasing the girl I love. Squeezed my palm, smiling gently. Why, if he did this, I'd become the largest shareholder. I was dazed, like holding a scorching hot sweet potato. It wasn't that I wasn't moved. I was terrified to touch it. Seeing through my thoughts, Guyan withdrew his smile. Slowly, seriously, he said each word. I've reflected on it. I didn't give you enough security. Maybe after you have these things, you'll trust me a little more. Eyes turned red. I leaned against his shoulder, my voice muffled. I don't like working. I only like photography. 9 to 5 every day, that was basically prison. Guyan chuckled softly, his chest vibrating beneath me. Outside the car window, the rain finally stopped. The world fell silent. I heard Guyan's steady heartbeat, and I heard his promise. Then, as your husband, I can be a professional CEO and manage the company for you. You just need to sit back and collect dividends every year. That sounded tempting. But the problem was, who gave you permission to call yourself my husband? Improper title, improper speech. I tilted my head and bit his Adam's apple. Forget, I haven't proposed to you yet. The dark clouds cleared, moonlight spilled across the grass like a thin veil. Guyan opened the car door and gestured for me to get out and wait. I was full of questions. What are you doing? I turned back suspiciously and saw him kneel on one knee holding a ring box. A smile curved at his lips. Miss Su Enning, may I ask, would you allow me the honor of proposing to you this time? I will be faithful to you forever. Do my utmost to protect your dreams, your career, and your happiness for the rest of our lives. I looked at him quietly. In that brief moment, it felt like I thought about many things: family background, personality. And that night, when I deliberately played dumb, tricked him away from the riverbank, and dragged him off to buy fried chicken drumsticks. Truth be told, the drumsticks weren't that delicious. It was just that on that freezing winter night, the boy's hand was warm. He held on to my fragile pride and led me toward the future. Maybe we'd still argue, just like the barrage comments said. I was a wicked, annoying female supporting character, constantly making a scene. But Gu Yan was willing to tolerate me. If that was the case, then other people's doubts were nothing more than will-o'-the-wisps. We only needed to walk our own dark road bravely. All right, but you have to keep your word. Wedding with Gu Yan was very simple. No media invited, only a few dozen close friends. But at the ceremony, 2 uninvited guests appeared. The first was Hu Zian. She held a bouquet of lilies and handed me a diamond necklace. Smiling calmly, she said, "Have you considered a political marriage with me? I hear Gu Yan transferred his shares. You're the largest shareholder now." Impressive, truly worthy of a villainess. No desire for love in her eyes, only ambition. I maintained my smile. "Please get out." The second guest was Jiang Zun's cousin, wearing a neat white t-shirt, gentle and scholarly. He spoke shyly. "Congratulations on your wedding, Senior Su Enning. Even though you rejected me before, I've always hoped you'd be happy." I stared at his completely unfamiliar face, dumbfounded. Wait, had I met him before? Had I even rejected him? Just as I was about to ask, an arm wrapped around my waist, my back pressed against a firm chest. Gu Yan lowered his head and spoke intimately. "Wife, are you done talking?" His smile was fake. I immediately understood this had everything to do with him. I dragged him into the back garden and questioned him coldly. "What is going on?" Gu Yan pretended to be confused, trying to dodge the topic. "Wife, what are you talking about?" He looked innocent. But from what I knew of him, this was just an act. I placed my fingers on his Adam's apple, then bit down lightly. Gu Yan's ears slowly turned red. "Wife, stop kissing me." The ceremony, about to start. "Do you really want me to stand here like this?" "Oh, then you'll just have to endure it." I took a sip of red wine and leaned in to kiss him again. Lips tangled, dark red wine spilled from the corner of his mouth. Gu Yan's breathing grew rapid. He leaned closer, wanting to continue, but I quietly dodged away. "Answer my question." Only then did he pause, feigning realization. "Oh, right, I remember now. Boy once sent you a love letter. I figured you wouldn't want it, so I threw it away." Really, my intuition told me it wasn't that simple. Using the excuse of changing clothes, I secretly went to find Jiang Zun. He was acting spoiled with his girlfriend. The moment he saw me, he asked warily, "What are you trying to do now?" I threatened him and coaxed him at the same time. Eventually, I forced the truth out of him. Over the years, Gu Yan had planted countless eyes and ears around me. Some were my classmates. Some were my teachers. Any news about me went straight to him. An actual psycho. Was he a guard dog protecting a bone? No wonder I was this pretty. Yet from middle school onward, barely any boys ever confessed to me. The few who slipped through the net soon transferred schools or went abroad. I'd even thought it was because my rejection shattered their faith in life. A chill ran down my spine. I stormed up to Gu Yan, suppressing myself again and again, and finally snapped. "Yan, you're really despicable. See that barrage family? I wasn't the wicked female supporting character at all. The truly evil one was him." Faced with my cold interrogation, Gu Yan asked innocently, "Wife, how can you blame me?" "I was just afraid you'd be tricked by bad people. I took precautions." What skillful sophistry. He'd really pissed me off this time. He'd kicked a steel plate. I put my hands on my hips, bristling with anger. "I don't care. I'm mad now. Giving you 2 choices. Either you don't sleep in the bedroom this month, or you join your buddy's group and bark like a puppy whir-whir twice." Unexpectedly, Gu Yan nodded calmly. "Okay." Eyes widened. I watched him take out his phone, create a group chat, and bark, "Woof woof." "Jiang Zun, brother Gu, don't do this." "Cheng Ting, bro, blink twice if you're being threatened." "Su Ming Cheng, who dares threaten brother Gu? Call me, I'll deal with him." The group exploded with discussion. Then they noticed I was also in the group. Jiang Zun raged. "At Zhu Enning, it's you again, isn't it? You slapped me twice before, then tricked my wife into running away, making me chase her for 3 days. Now you're making brother Gu bark like a dog. You're insane." Me 6 Gu Yan sneered and sent several voice messages. "Wife likes hitting people, so what? Reflect on yourselves. Every time she raises her hand, do you obediently lean in for the slap? Jiang Zun, My wife likes convincing people to run away, so what? Reflect again. When your girlfriends get mad, do you kneel down and apologize like I do? Jiang. Others. He's beyond saving. This kind needs to be taken out with a machine gun. After sending the messages, Guyan didn't read a single reply. He directly disbanded the group chat. HMPH. Just looking at those single dogs being jealous of him for having a wife was annoying enough. Guyan was born with sin. Dirty blood ran through his veins. His mother hated him. His father hated him too. As far back as he could remember, he'd never seen a smile. Everyone said, "You're a cursed star. You'll die a miserable death." Believed it. So on his 12th birthday, carrying the cursed doll his mother gave him, Guyan chose a river, a place where jumping in meant certain death. Fine snow brushed against his cheeks. He closed his eyes, letting the raging wind tear away his reason. "What are you doing?" A thin girl stopped him. Guyan felt annoyed, but also lucky, so he joked, not funny at all. "I'm jumping in to catch some little fish." The girl looked a bit silly, yet she saw through his lie immediately. Chirping like a sparrow, noisily insisting he must be hungry, Guyan listened quietly. In that moment, he suddenly thought, maybe this was what family was supposed to be like. They'd argue. They'd go cold on each other. But they'd always tolerate one another and offer the firmest support. The girl seemed optimistic, but she was unlucky too. He heard she was only allowed one steamed bun a day. Guyan hesitated for a long time. He wanted to tell her that he had plenty of money in his pocket, enough to buy her endless chicken drumsticks. But he was clumsy with words, not good at sweet talk, only good at silence. It was the girl who spoke first. "Brother, let's be family, okay?" "All right." Why not? He pulled out a smile he wasn't used to yet. Unfortunately, the girl was busy gnawing on her drumstick and didn't see it. The restaurant windows were frosted glass. Fireworks were going off outside. Fragmented sparks bloomed across the horizon. The girl muttered, "What a pity. We can't see anything through the glass." Yan looked at her flushed face and thought, no, he'd already seen it. The most brilliant fireworks in the world. They didn't belong to that cold winter. Who said he'd die a miserable death? His luck was simply 12 years late. And finally, on this night, it landed, right in the palm of his hand.
Thank you for listening. Please subscribe and share the channel to hear more great stories.